Welcome to our class. I know it looks really different than our real class, but it's really cool because I get to come into your home and you get to come into my home, and we're still going to get to learn things together. So that's pretty fun. I hope you guys are all good and you had a good morning so far. Maybe had some breakfast and brushed your teeth and brushed your hair, maybe washed your face. And that you're ready to do some learning with me. If you hear other noises, it's because Sloan is here and she's doing activities, and yeah, we're just getting ready for a fun day. Okay, so today is a very special day because it's the new month. It's the 1st of April. So I have my calendar here, and as you can see, it says April 2020 calendar, and today is Wednesday, April 1st. And it's the first day of the month. So you're going to have this, and you can do tracing on all the numbers. You can color it. And also, you have this calendar where you can fill out the numbers. You can write the numbers in. And then down here in cursive, if you want to try, write my April calendar. Okay? And you can color it, and I can't wait to see it. You can show them to me when we come back to school together. And yeah, that'll be fun. So April 1st today. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to record the weather together in these little books. So my weather today is kind of rainy, and it's got some clouds, and I went outside and it was so windy, and we had our muddy buddies on and our raincoats, but we were kind of cold still, so maybe I should have worn my winter coat still. But it is starting to be spring weather, and things are melting, and the rain is helping with that. And I also drew some wind on mine. So on your today's weather book, you can write the date, April 1st, 2020, and then draw a picture of the weather that you're having in Ottawa. And then every day we will do the weather. And when we come back together, we can all look at our weather books and see what different weather we had, how we experienced it, what we saw, what we felt, etc. Okay, so that's our weather books and our calendar. And I think I already mentioned it, but it is now the season of spring. So that is exciting because now we are in spring and the snow is melting, winter is behind us, and we can get ready for next season, which is summer, where everything's hot and sunny and warm. But now we're in this transition season as things start to melt and things start to grow. So that's really cool because there's a lot of interesting things happening in nature, and we get to experience it all. So I thought it would be fun if we looked at the season of spring through our 5 senses. Our 5 senses, which you guys know, we've talked about them before, but just to remember them, our 5 senses are sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Okay? So for taste for spring, I got a little creative. But these are the 5 senses, and we're going to look at it, and you guys can take this at home, and you can draw a picture of the things that you see in the season of spring that goes for each of the senses, okay? What I did was that I made little cards of stuff that goes with the 5 senses for this season of spring. So also you can do that and cut and glue them if you want. I'm just going to move it like that. It's a little better. Okay, so for sight, so looking out in the season of spring, first thing, you're going to see the snow melting. You're going to see maybe some green grass start to grow, the buds on the trees. I put a little flower for mine because I was thinking of the buds coming up through the ground eventually, hopefully soon, and flowers growing. So that was one thing that I felt I could see in spring. Another thing was, I think I'm going to see a lot of this in spring, is rain. It's going to rain a lot, and that's so good because we need that. It's part of our water cycle, and it's so good for the things that need the fresh water to grow. So rain is something that we might see in spring. And then I was thinking about stuff that I could hear in spring. So my second sense, what stuff I can hear in spring. And I think something that you hear a lot of in spring is a type of animal that is starting to make some nests, and kind of maybe some of them are flying back to Canada. And who can guess? What animal am I thinking of? Ah, you got it. It is birds. Birds are definitely something that we can hear in spring as they build their nests and they gather twigs for that, and they also talk to each other and start laying their eggs. So definitely some birds. That's my little picture of a bird. The other thing I might hear is the rain. If it starts raining hard, I can hear the pitter patter of the rain on my house, or I can hear the water running in the streets going down to the grate. Yeah, so definitely water and rain is something that we can hear. Smell. There's lots of smells in spring because the permafrost is melting and the earth is coming back alive again. So we're going to have the smell of earth and dirt. We're going to have the smell of flowers eventually, of the trees. We'll have lots of different smells too in the city. So for me, for smells, I did a flower, but you could do mud, you could do dirt, you could do anything that you can smell. So think about some things that you smell when you go for a little walk in spring, and you can draw pictures of those. And then for taste, so definitely taste had me thinking about the seasons and what do we really taste in spring. But I was thinking more about maybe some of the vegetables that start growing again in spring. And also we have a special holiday coming. Do you guys know what holiday it is in April? Yeah, that's right. It's Easter. And I thought maybe you'll be so lucky that you get to have some chocolate eggs. Because I think you guys love chocolate. So I thought maybe something would taste in spring is chocolate eggs. Another thing might be, like I said, some of the fruits and vegetables that become more available again. Yeah, so those are some things that we start to taste. And then touch. There's lots of things to feel and to touch in spring. Of course, there's the muddy puddles to jump in. There's the tree bark. There's the ground, squishy ground as everything starts to melt. One thing would be just the nature and the flowers and the trees. And then another thing we start to feel a lot more when we go outside is the sun on our bodies, and sun's on our face. And it's not too hot, but it's not too cold, and that's really nice because you can feel the sun. Yeah, so that's sort of the season of spring broken into our senses, our 5 senses. And you guys can all work on that at home. And draw it or cut it and draw whatever you want to do. And also, if you want to, you can label it. So you can also write the words that go with what you're experiencing in the seasons. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some language work. And I thought a good review for everybody would be looking at the sound eh, and when the sound eh happens at the end of a word. So I have these fun kind of cards here, and I'm sending it to you guys so you can also have these at your home and you can cut them and print them, and then just practice reading the words and see how the word changes when we have an eh sound at the end, okay? So we call this, and we've talked about this before in class, a lot of you have had this lesson, but it's the bossy eh sound, right? So it's taking a word that we already have, and then we put an eh at the end of it, and it changes the word completely, because the eh is going to tell me that my other sounds are going to make a difference. So we'll use this one as our example. Okay, so it says bit. Okay, so if you bit into, to my arm, but you bit into an apple, or if you bit into a sandwich, okay? And then when I add the bossy sound at the end, instead of saying bit, it says bite. So the sound is telling me that the no longer makes the sound, but it's going to make I. So now it says bite, okay? So that is how the S sound changes the word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up some of the words. I want you to try to read the word, and then I'm going to unfold the bossy S sound, and we're going to try to read it again. Okay, so it'll be kind of like a fun game to try to practice these types of words. And these words are all over the place. They're in all the books we read, and it's good to remember how the bossy S sound changes the other sounds in our word. Okay, so let me just grab that. Okay, so this one first. So if you look at it, it says cub. What's a cub? Cub is a baby bear. And then if we unfold the bossy S sound, what does it say? It says cube. Yeah, that's right. So the S sound changed the and made it the U sound. So it's cube. Cube. Okay. Now I have this one. Oh, I'm going to get used to showing you guys lessons. Okay, so it says r-e-d. What word is it? Red, right? Red. And then if I add my e, instead of saying red, it now says, that's right, ride. I ride my bike. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. So this one says mop, mop. And when I add the S sound, it now says mope, mope. And when you mope, that means like when you're sad and you're kind of walking around and you're moping around. So instead of saying mop, it now says mope when I add the S sound. Okay, let's try this one. It says pet, pet. So I have a pet cat. And when I add the S sound, it now says Pete. That's right. The E has changed the sound of this E, and now it says Pete. Pete. And let's do two more. So this one says at. Yeah, that's an easy one to read. At. And then we're going to add the S sound, and now it says 8. That's right, because instead of saying now, the bossy E tells my it's going to make the A sound. So this says 8. I ate a banana. Okay, and the last one we're going to do, this is a good one, says sit. Sit. So I sit in this chair, and when I add the bossy E, it now says sight. The sight. Okay, cool. So I'm going to send that home, and what you can do is work on it and print it and practice all of these words as many times as you want, so you can practice reading the bossy S sound and how it changes our other sounds in our words. And that's a great thing to practice for now. And then if you want, you can choose a couple sounds to write out yourself and maybe draw a picture beside. Okay, so we'll work on that. You can work on that today. And the next thing we're going to go into is a little bit of math. So we don't have our math materials with us, and we need to practice our numbers and counting and addition and subtraction. So I wanted to get into that with you. So first thing first, I thought it would be nice if we made our colored bead stair at home. Okay, so I'm going to send this, and what you can do is take the blank one of it, the one that has no color, and you can go ahead and color it the colors of the bead stair. Okay, because it's always nice to have our bead colors with our numbers at home, and I think it's good practice. All right, so you can do a beautiful job coloring, and then there's even one side of it, the other side I'll show you here, where you can write the numbers yourself here, and then you can even write the number words in cursive, which would be awesome. awesome. Or print, it's up to you. And have a colored bead stair. So it will look just like this, but it's one that you get to make and have at your house, which is so cool. All right, so quickly we'll just look at the bead stair. I know you guys all probably remember it and remember how our beads go together, but we'll quickly count it together. So we have one here, 2 is green, 3 is pink, 4 is yellow, 5 is our light blue, 6 is our purple, 7 is white, 8 is brown, 9 is the dark blue, and then 10 is our golden color. And when you're coloring at home, if you don't have a gold pencil crayon, because not everybody has those, what we're going to do is we're going to color yellow, and then you'll color normal pencil over it, and I'll make your yellow kind of shiny, okay? So I want you to color the bead stair today, and then even, like I said, you can label it, okay? So that would be a great thing to do. And then also, we're going to make our team board at home to practice our team number. So if you remember in our class, we have 2 team boards, and we take them out and then we slide the numbers on, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to just place the numbers today, and then tomorrow we're going to count with our team numbers, and then we'll go into our 10 boards, and then we'll go into our 100 board, and then we'll even probably make some golden beads so you can have the golden bead bank at home and do some of those activities as well, okay? So I thought we should just review and start with the team boards, and if you remember all your team numbers, that's awesome, and if you don't, that's okay, because we're going to remember them together and then go from there. Okay, so I'm going to try to just move back a little bit so you can see. Perfect, awesome. Okay, so when I have my team boards, I have number 10 written a bunch, right? So I'm going to add my numbers to my 10s to make my team numbers, right? That's what we do. So first number I'm going to find over here, I should probably flip them all up, is my number 1. Here is my number 1, okay? So when I place my 1 beside my other 1 here, I now don't have the number 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I have which number? So I want you to tell me, what number do I have? That's right. I now have number 11. So this is 11. Okay. Now I'm going to look for my 2, and I'm going to place it onto my team board. And what number do I have now? I have number 12. Number 12. Okay. Now I'm going to look for my number 3, and I'm going to make number a 1 and a 3. What number does that make me? That makes me number 13. That's right, 13. Now I'm going to find what comes after 3, 4, and I'm going to place 4 on my board. And when you guys do this at home, you're going to glue it. So you can just glue it on, and then you'll have your full team numbers. So this is number, what number does a 1 and a 4 make for me? Number, let me hear, 14. That's right, 14. Okay, now I'm going to look for what comes after 4. Number 5. And I'm going to put 5 on here. And I'm going to see what number I have now. A 1 and a 5 gives me number 15. That's right. So at home, these would be glued on, and you'd have all your numbers to 15. Then I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to find my number 6. And I'm going to put my 6 on here. And a 1 and a 6 gives me, that's right, 16. Good. Okay. And then I'm going to find what comes after 6, number 7. Going to put my 7 on. And what number do I have now? I have number 17. Right. Wow, you guys are so good at remembering your numbers. Now I'm going to put my 8 on. Okay. And I'm going to have number, that's right, 18. 18. Okay. And then I have, you know what, 9 didn't print out, so I had to write my own 9, which is fine. And I'm going to put my 9 here. I realize now it's a little small, but that's okay. And I have number 19. So those are all my team numbers. And once you glue yours on, I want you to do that tonight. And then tomorrow we're going to practice counting we're going to count whatever you have. I have some pasta, so we'll count some pasta pieces, or you can do Cheerios or Legos, whatever you want, and we'll practice counting and sorting and putting with our team numbers. Okay, so remember them and practice them, which is great. So yeah, so you can glue yours on, and then we'll practice those numbers tomorrow a little bit more. And you also have your 10 beads to color, and those are 2 wonderful things, 2 wonderful materials that we get to make at home and have forever. So that's exciting, so different. Okay, and now I also sent to you some template for a heart and for a rainbow. So I wanted to show you my heart, okay? And every day when we come into class, I want you to bring your heart to the class. So when your parents start the video, I want you to come to the class, and I'm going to ask you, say, hey, did you bring your heart? And you're going to hopefully have your heart colored, and you can color it any color you want. And the heart is my direct heart from me to you, because you know how much I love you and how much I miss you. But this way we both have the same shape, the same thing in both of our homes. And we'll start our lesson by showing each other our hearts and saying good morning. And then also a rainbow, okay? And the rainbow is for our friends. So because we're right now spending a lot of time alone in our houses, I thought it'd be nice to also remember our friends, because usually our class is our rainbow of friends and your love for Miss Jillian. Okay, so our rainbow in our heart, we're going to bring them to class every morning. We say good morning to my friends, and good morning to Miss Jillian, or good morning my friends, and good morning my friends. Okay, and the rainbow, I would like you to try to color it the way that the rainbows are. So we have here, we have violet, and then we have indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. And those are the colors of the rainbow. Okay, cool. Okay, and because we're spending a lot of time right now taking care of our bodies and staying really healthy and strong, I thought maybe we should practice the washing your hands song. So I know you guys are all super good at washing your hands, but maybe we could just do it together and practice, and let's sing the wash your hands. Okay, so it goes like this. Wash your hands, wash them till they're clean. Scrub and dub and rub and scrub and wash the germs away. Let's sing again. Okay. Wash your hands, wash them till they're clean. Rub and scrub and scrub and rub and wash the germs away. And then you're going to dry them, and your hands will be clean, and that's wonderful for not spreading any germs. Okay? And then the last thing I thought would be fun to do is, a lot of you did this in your first year in my class, but I thought we could do some folding of cloths together. So I asked you to bring to this lesson any cloth that was a square that you have in your house. So it can be a washcloth or a napkin. This is my napkin. It's a little dirty. It's got paint on it. So I'm going to use my washcloth, and we're just going to practice our 4 basic folds. And this is something that you can practice at home, whenever. If you're helping fold things, that's so kind of you. And these are the 4 folds that we practice in class. So the first fold, we take both of our edges and fold forward, and then smooth it out. Okay. So that's fold number 1. Okay. Fold number 2 is when we take our cloth and we take one corner and we fold into our other corner. So this is when we want to make a triangle fold. So we're going to take it here and smooth it out. And then we have fold number 2. Then we're going to do our fold number 3. And we're going to take it and we're going to fold and smooth, and then fold and smooth. So this is a nice way to fold maybe our washcloths or our little cloths, and they become smaller then, so they're easier to put away. Okay. And then our last fold is our triangle fold, and we're going to do it, so fold number 4, and we're going to do it 2 times. So we're going to go folding here, smooth it out, turn, and then fold across and smooth it out. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to show you that one more time. The triangle fold. There, it's done. So you can practice folding some things in your house. I think that's really fun, a fun thing to do, and very helpful. Okay, and then before we say goodbye, I wanted to practice our little poem that we did at the end of class last time I got to see you. And it's sort of like a meditation or a poem or something that you can say to feel calm, and it's nice. So if you guys remember, it says, we go, my body is strong, my heart is love, I am safe. Your body is strong, your heart is love, you are safe. Our bodies are strong, our hearts are love, we are safe. So I'm going to say it again, and maybe you can say it with me or repeat after me, okay? So we say, my body is strong, my heart is love, I am safe. Your body is strong, your heart is love, you are safe. Our bodies are strong, our hearts are love, we are safe. And that's it for today. So that was our first class together, and tomorrow we'll do more fun things. And I've sent home some of the activities you can do after the lesson. And yeah, I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Okay, love you. Bye.